Hey, it is a decent day out here. It's about 40 degrees. The sun is shining. I think I'm going to wash at least this truck. So I'm pulling the pressure washer out and I'm going to try to get the salt off of it. The truck is washed. I've got all the hoses blown out. I think tonight is our last night of freezing weather for probably about a week to 10 days based on the long range forecast. Let me put everything away here, get it all wrapped up. I think I'll do the other truck tomorrow. Let it warm up a little bit more. That's my heater cutting on. My hands are cold, so I've just got a small electric heater here on the counter to keep my hands warm. But I'm reading the news right now. This headline caught my eye. White House doubles down after Biden admits U.S. border not secure. The system is broken. Well, duh. Haven't we been saying that? We, the right, been saying that ever since Biden took office and stopped the construction of the wall. So apparently that clown that is the White House press secretary was asked today at her press briefing about the comments that Biden has made, and why is it that Mayorkas, the secretary, the Homeland Security Secretary, has testified before Congress many times the border is secure, and Biden apparently made a statement on Friday saying, no, the border needs some work, it's not secure. So that clown, the press secretary, says the president has been really clear that we need to move on the border. Him saying that we need to deal with border security, as we all have here been doing at the White House, I think shows that we have an issue at the border and we need to deal with it, and we have to act now. There's an urgent need. Why all of a sudden is there an urgent need? Shouldn't that urgent need have been 3 years ago? Well, no. Here's the reason why. They realize they're getting hammered on this issue. We are, 10 months away from an election. Less than 10 months away from an election. So now they have to say, oh, yes, we've been working on the border and we know it's not secure, but we need more money in order to secure it. This is such BS. And then another article I read previous to this one is talking about the illegal immigrants getting on planes. Now, you and I, as Americans, we have to jump through numerous hoops in order to prove our identity, in order to fly on a plane within the United States. You know, we have to go to the Motor Vehicle Administration and take all of our papers in order to get this special license. I don't even know if my license has that special thing on it. Let's see if it does. Oh, yes, I do have that. That star right there, you know, we have to have that star on our license in order for us to get on a plane. But no, these illegal immigrants, apparently all they need is a case number of some type that when they cross the border, they go before the judge and they get some type of number to appear before the judge, 20 years from now about their asylum claim. So apparently they can take that number, punch it into an app that is provided by them by CBP, yes, Customs and Border Patrol. So Customs and Border Patrol has this app. They type in that number. If they want to fly, all they have to do is show them the app with that number and, oh, you're good to go. But we as Americans, we are penalized and we have to jump through these hoops. This country is so screwed up. What does Grumpy Farmer say? Do you get it yet? I think that's his term. Do you get it yet? This is insanity, and the left does not see all this crap. That's what pisses me off, is the left thinks Biden is doing a good job because gas is at $3 a gallon now, and oh my God, inflation is only 3.5% now. Oh my God, Biden is doing a great job. Come on, give me a break. We've got a bunch of clowns running this country. The good news is, you saw yesterday that DeSantis has dropped out of the race. He has endorsed Trump. That is great. Haley, she's just part of the swamp. She needs to drop out of the race. She doesn't need to endorse Trump because she's just a swamp creature anyway. There's a lot that can happen in 10 months. And I'm not convinced that they are going to allow Trump to be in the general election in November. Something is going to happen. Whether they are successful with any of these court cases, whether there is an assassination attempt, whether there is a group of guerrillas from Central America that come in and kidnap them and take them off and dump them in the Caribbean somewhere. I don't know, but I'm not convinced that he is going to be on the ticket in the general election because there are so many things happening with this administration right now and they're doing everything to prevent him from running. And I'm not convinced Biden is going to be on the ticket. They're going to have to do something different there with Biden. And I don't know if at the last minute he keels over or all of a sudden he drops out and Newsom from California jumps in. I'm not sure, but right now it seems pretty clear-cut, the general election matchup between Trump and Biden. I'm not convinced that's going to happen because the Democrats are just sleazy slime balls that are going to do anything in their power, illegal or legal, to win this election like they did the last go round. Did you see the news I think it was yesterday's news about the documents coming out of Georgia, the case in Georgia concerning the voting machines? Apparently last week during the trial in front of the judge, somebody who has brought this case against the voting machine manufacturers in Georgia, someone was able to take a ballpoint pen in front of the judge and do something on this voting machine to change the vote tallies on it. You and I have known for a long time that something was up with that election in 2020, but it's all been swept under the rug and we haven't been allowed to talk about it. The trials were never allowed to go forward because of how deep this swamp is, and everybody was, the judges were in on this. They were just throwing out cases saying, no, you don't have evidence. I read the entire article. I didn't quite understand the whole thing when they were explaining how this guy was able to take a pen and reset the machine and it changed the vote tallies. They were a bit vague about that. But then the other thing that was in the same article was concerning a report that has finally surfaced concerning these voting machine irregularities. That report had been hidden by judges and other officials, and now apparently that has come to light, and that has some evidence in there concerning the voting irregularities. It goes on. And then today I read an article this morning concerning the January 6 files. So when the Republicans took over Congress last year, the J6 committee was supposed to hand over all these documents that they had been working on. The J6 committee made up of mostly Democrats with 2 rhinos involved. So they they were supposed to hand over all these documents. Well, apparently they deleted some documents on January 1st last year before handing over the hard drive to the Republicans. And so there has been some forensic investigations on this hard drive, and they've determined there were, I think, 117 documents missing, but apparently they've recovered them, but now they have to get the passwords from the Democrats to be able to open these documents. Again, if that had been you and I doing this, we would be sitting in jail, and in fact, people are still sitting in jail over January 6th, which was another hoax. But these crooked slimeball Democrats are allowed to get away with this crap, and unfortunately, the Republicans that we have in office, they don't have the gonads to stand up to them. Yeah, Josh Hawley, he sent a letter to the J6 committee demanding these papers. I think it was Hawley. He gave them a deadline, but that deadline's going to come and go, and that's going to disappear again. Oh my, if you can't see this, there's something wrong with you. Open your freaking eyes and pay attention to what is going on. This administration, they are so freaking crooked. Oh my God, they would throw their mother on the bus under the bus if they could. My blood pressure is just going sky high right now. Okay, enough of politics. Let me continue looking at the news here, and it's going to be time for an adult beverage real soon. Okay, this is the headline on Fox News I was talking about with the illegals being able to board planes. Illegal immigrants allowed to board planes in U.S. without having photo taken by TSA. So I read through the article, and the headline is a bit misleading, the way the article is written and the way I understand it concerning not having to have a photo taken by TSA. I think what it was trying to say is right now, coming into the country via plane, that the TSA will take your picture to do some type of scan on it to make sure you're in the system and that your picture matches the passport. If I read the article correctly, we can opt out of those pictures. That is not mandatory. And I think this is kind of what this article or the headline is referring to when it says that they can board planes without having a photo taken. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think they're taking your picture when you board the plane at the TSA checkpoint. I don't remember that happening. I think it's happening when you come back into the country, and apparently you can opt out of that. So sometimes, a lot of times, the headlines are a bit misleading. When you click on the article and read it, you get more information and realize, okay, it's a bit misleading there, but there's still some truth to the headline. Serenity now, serenity now. Oh my God, I could do this all afternoon. Here's another headline. Democratic governor brags about record-setting growth for pot sales, gets torched on social media. Can you guess what state this is? Yes, your boy in Illinois, Governor Pritzker. He wrote on X this week that Illinois had broken records in pot sales for the third year in a row, celebrating his state's growing success in the cannabis industry since the drug's legalization in 2020. That's something to be proud of, that you have hit record sales with cannabis in your state. For the third year in a row, Illinois had record-setting growth for adult-use cannabis sales. Pritzker wrote on X on Sunday, "We're building the most prosperous and accessible cannabis industry in the nation, taking steps to repair the damage of the past and creating real opportunity for all Illinoisans." This is the same state that last week was in the news that their residents were being stranded on the side of the road because their Teslas were running out of juice because the weather was so cold and the charging stations were broken, so they couldn't get their cars charged. Yeah, that state. Of course, he's just being torn apart on social media over this. One of the comments, what he is really saying is his state is such an unbearable hellscape that record numbers of people are retreating to weed for a temporary escape. I don't think I would be bragging about this. Amen. Another comment, when pot, gambling, and killing babies are your growth industries, you got problems. That's the Democrats for you. Pot, killing babies, and gambling. Yes, they're all in on that crap. And we wonder why we have all these problems in the U.S. with crime. Well, we want to defund the police. We want to allow cannabis and pot use for everyone, everywhere, whenever. We want gambling to be allowed everywhere as well. And we have no morals because we think it's great to kill babies up until the day they're born, you know? Oh my God. Do you get it yet? No, there are people that don't get it. Apparently there were 81 million people that didn't get it the last go round. Let's see, I bet there's going to be 92 million voters in November that will elect Biden and put him back in office. Serenity now, serenity now. Okay, that's enough of me rambling about politics. I gotta grab my gas can and get some more gas on my way north or before I come south tomorrow. Okay, it is, I did look at the temperature in there. It's about 41 degrees. It's supposed to be a little bit warmer tomorrow, so I'll wash the other truck tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm gonna say, see ya! See ya!